Do you have to check exit underscore status underscore ready if you are going to check ref underscore ready? I am running a remote command with. Now I want to get the output. I have seen things like this. But that seems to sometimes never run the red lines, even when there is supposed to be data on stout. What that seems to mean to me is that stout.channel.ref underscore ready is not necessarily ready. True, as soon as stout.channel.exit underscore status underscore ready is true. Is something like this appropriate? That is, do I really first have to check the exit status before waiting for ref underscore ready to say the data is ready? How would I know if there is supposed to be data on stout before waiting in an infinite loop for stout.channel.ref underscore ready to become true, which it does not if there is not supposed to be any stout output?
That is, do I really first have to check the exit status before waiting for ref underscore ready to say the data is ready? No. It is perfectly fine to receive data, for example stout/stir, from the remote process even though it did not yet finish. Also, some SSHD implementations do not even provide the exit status of the remote proc, in which case you'll run into problems. See paramiko doc, exit underscore status underscore ready. The problem with waiting for exit underscore status underscore code for short-living remote commands is that your local thread may receive the exit underscore code faster than you check your loop condition. In this case you won't ever enter the loop and red lines will never be called. Here's an example. How would I know if there is supposed to be data on stout before waiting in an infinite loop for stout.channel.ref underscore ready to become true, which it does not if there is not supposed to be any stout output? Channel.ref underscore ready just indicates that there is unread data in the buffer. This means that potentially due to networking, delayed packets, retransmissions, or just your remote process not writing to stout/stir on a regular basis may result in ref underscore ready being false. Therefore, having ref underscore ready as the loop condition may result in your code returning prematurely, as it is perfectly fine for it to sometimes yield true when the remote process wrote to stout and your local channel thread received that output, and sometimes yield false. For example, your remote proc is sleeping and not writing to stout within an iteration. Besides that, people occasionally experience paramiko hangs that might be related to having stout/stir buffers filling up, pot. Related to problems with popen and hanging procs when you never read from stout/stir and the internal buffers fill up. The code below implements a chunked solution to read from stout/stir, emptying the buffers while the channel is open. The channel.closed is just the ultimate exit condition in case the channel prematurely closes. Right after a chunk was read, the code checks if the exit_status was already received and no new data was buffered in the meantime. If new data arrived or no exit_status was received, the code will keep on trying to read chunks. Once the remote proc exited and there is no new data in the buffers, we're assuming that we've read everything and begin closing the channel. Note that in case you want to receive the exit status, you should always wait until it was received, otherwise paramiko might block forever. This way it is guaranteed that the buffers do not fill up and make your proc hang. exec_command only returns if the remote command exited and there is no data left in our local buffers. The code is also a bit more CPU friendly by utilizing select instead of polling in a busy loop, but might be a bit slower for short-living commands. Just for reference, to safeguard against some infinite loops, one can set a channel timeout that fires when no data arrives for a period of time.
At the below lines after the ssh.exec_command cmd. The loop will continue as long as the shell script is running and exits immediately after it's completed.
If you want to see more, please consider subscribing.